Yeah. You would want to.
Come on.
We'll start. O hai Vaishnava Thakura Doyara Sudhara Hari Dase Karuna Kori O hai Vaishnava Thakura Doyara Sudhara Dase Karuna Kori Diya pada chaya shodohe amaya Omara charana tori O hai Vaishnava Thakura Doyara Sadara Eda se karuna kori Ya pada chaya sodahe amaya Omara charana kori Aya bega domi chaya dosha shodhi Aya guna deho dase Chaya bega domi chaya dosha shodhi Chaya guna deho dase Chaya sat sangha deho he amare Boshe chi samvera ashe Ekaki amar nahi par Harinama Sankirtane एकाकी आमारा नहीं पाया बना हरिनाम संकीर्तन
एकाकी आमारा नहीं पाया बना हरिनाम संकीर्तन
तुम्हें कृपा कोरी शत बिंदु दिया देहो कृष्ण नामा दाने
कृपा कोरी श्रद्धा विनोदिया देव कृष्ण नाम
कृष्णा से पारो तुम्हारा शब्द पाठे
कृष्ण से कृष्ण के तारो
कृष्णा से तुम्हारा कृष्णा दिते पारो तुम्हारा शब्द पाठे
कृष्ण से कृष्ण के तारो तुम्हारा शक्ति
আমি তো কাঙ্গালা কৃষ্ণ কৃষ্ণ বলি ভাই বাবা আছে আছে
कृष्ण कृष्ण बोली दैता वापसे
ও হে বৈষ্ণব ঠাকুর দয়ারা সাগরা এদাসে করুণা করি ও হে বৈষ্ণব ঠাকুর দয়ারা সাগরা এদাসে করুণা করি दिया पादा छाया छोड़ है आमाया हमारा चरण होली
दिया तुम्हारा चरण
भय बेगा धोनी भय दोषा शोधी क्षय गुणा से
जय वेगा जोनी जय दोषी जय गोला हे
क्षय बेगा धोनी क्षय दोषा शोधी क्षय गुणा
जय
जय संगा देहो हे आमाना दोषे श्री संदेहा आशे
जय
एकाकी नहीं पाया हरिनाम संकीर्तन
एकाकी राम
एकाकी रामारा हरि नाम
एकाकी राम
भूमि कृपा कोरी श्रद्धा बिंदु दीरा देह कृष्ण नाम
तुम्हें कृपा तोरी
कृष्ण से तुम्हारा नदी के पार तुम्हारा जाकर
कृष्ण के सोम
कृष्णा से तुम्हारा कृष्णा जी के पारो तुम्हारा
कृष्ण से सोम कृष्ण के पार
Ami to Ganga Krishna Krishna Boli Aitava Pache Pache
Mami Gangana Krishna Krishna
O Hai Vaishnava Thakur Doyara Sabora Eka Se Karuna Kori
Vaishnava
O Hai Vaishnava Thakur Doyara Sabora Eka Se
Oh, Hare Vaishnava
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama,
Krishna Krishna
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Krishna
Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Ram,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Jaya Veda Dhoni, Jaya Dosha Shodhi, Jaya Guna Devaste.
Jaya Mega Jodi, Jaya Dosa Jodi, Jaya Dona Devi.
Jaya Veda Dhoni, Jaya Dosha Shodhi, Jaya Guna Devaste.
Jaya Mega Jodi, Jaya Dosa Jodi, Jaya Dona Devi.
Jaya Sat Sangha, Deho He Amare, Chichi Sange Ase. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare
Used
Rama.
violinist, didn't I?
What's
Listen
that?
to some violin.
Yeah, but I didn't get chance to fully look into, no. So
I think I gave you like
you gave me about like
Regina
flute.
Carter,
uh,
John-Luc Ponte,
no. So,
Maureen Choi.
no, I think
Huh?
you gave me something different.
Come on, man. What you got there, bro?
This is
Ah,
Oh, I thought that was a little pipe or something.
no. This is not.
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Ekaki Amara, Aya Pada, Harinam Sankirtane. Ekaki Amara, Ipaya Pada, Harinam कृपा करी श्रद्धा बिंदु दिया देह कृष्ण नामानि Krishna se tomara Krishna di paro Tomara shakar
Krishna se
Krishna se tomara Krishna di paro Tomara shakar
Krishna
Ami to Kanga Krishna Krishna Boli Jaita Vata Shiva Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare
Hai Vaishnava Thakur Vaishnava Thakur Vaishnava Thakur Hare Vaishnava Jai Ram Vaishnava Thakur Vaishnava Thakur Vaishnava Thakur Jai Ram Vaishnava Okay. Any other song? Oh, English Kirtan? I don't know English Kirtan. Any other song? One more song. Okay.
Yes. Where is Park?
There's also two beat, huh? Tell me some three beats. I don't know Mridanga on two beat. Huh? But I don't know that song. What is that? Oh, I never sang that. Is it three beat?
I don't know.
Middle bit and fast bit.
Middle beat and fast beat. We can try.
It's very easy.
Huh?
Very
It's very easy. Let's try. So it is. How does it start?
Pralaya Payoti.
So it will start with P, right? Pra?
प्रलय पयोधि
Yes.
That's okay. It's good. Which we know. Next day. How does this? प्रलय पयोधि जले वृंदावन तीरम
प्रलय पयोधि जले कृतावाम असिवेदम विहित विहत चरितम अखेदम केशवदीता कीना शरीरा जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश
पयोधि जले वृंदावन तीरम
इतिरिहा विपुलतये तिष्ठति अवपृष्ठे धरणिधारण किनचाकरिष्ठे केशवधीरा पूर्णा शरीरा जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश विभजना शिखरे धरणी अवतगना शशिनि कलंका करते वनि भगन केशवधीरा कराचुषा जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश अवकथा कामरे घटे नामावतुश्रेया फलिता हिरण्यकशिपु अनुभिन्दा केशवदीता हरिगुहा जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे अलयसि विक्रमणे परेम अत्थभामना अदनखनी भजन जन भावन केशवतीसा रामन दुर्गा जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे तरिया रुधिरमये जगतापगतापम् नपयसि भयसि संविदा भवतापम् केशवतीका तिरुपति रूपा जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश सिद्धेक्षुरणे दिक्पति कमनीयम् दशमुखमौलिबलिं रमणीयम् केशवधीता राम शरीरा जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश शिवभूषि विषदेवशनं दधाभम् अल्लाह की भीति यमुना ब्रह्म केशवधीता अल्लाह रूपा जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे मल्लिकानि वहनि धने कलयसि छठवालम् उमा के भक्ति का ढाल केशवधीता बलि शरीरा जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे Jaya Deva Viritam Buddhitam Udaram Shindu Sukhadam Sukhadam Avasad Eshavati Sahasrabhidharuha Jai Jagadish Hare Jai Jagadish Hare Jai Jagadish That one also we sing with the same tune? No, right? Because it looks so long, I don't know.
Yeah, we don't need it.
We'll put our chat. Pandu and Govind will do that. Divya Chinta Mahima Ratana Mandela Yastan Divya Chinta Mahima Ratana Rama Deva Pita Ashtadale Vishapita Ashtadale Pradhana Rama Deva Pita Ashtadale Vishapita Ashtadale Pradhana Aramate Ratnasane Bashirache Durijan Shama Sanghe Sundar Odupala Banyadashi Amina Pariche Kashi Asha Pari Hasa Samhasane. Odupala Banyadashi Amina Pariche Kashi Asya Pari Hase Samhasane. Jalila Sukhamo Sadai Surukamo Asato Jalila Sukhamo Vrindavanadam yasana Chintamani Satanam Veda Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, डिवाइन के ऐसी भक्ति वेदांत का स्वामी गौर भक्तवृंद की जाए गौ प्रेमानंद ओम अज्ञानतिमिरन्धस्य ज्ञानञ्जनाशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्री गुरुवे नमः। श्री चैतन्य मनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपा कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकम्। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरु श्रीयुतापदकमलं श्रीगुरुन् वैष्णवं श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगणा रघुनाथान्वितं तं भजे साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्ण चैतन्य देव श्री राधा कृष्ण पादान् सहगणा ललिता श्री विशाखान्वितं। हे कृष्णा करुणा सिंधु दीनबंधो जगत्पते गोपेशा गोपिका कांता राधा कांता नमस्ते। तप्त कांचन गौरी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। वंशाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। मुखम करोति वाचालं पंगुम लंगायते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे श्री गुरुं दीनतारिणं परमानंद श्री चैतन्य ईश्वर। जय जय श्री चैतन्य जय नित्यानंदा
श्री चैतन्य जय नित्यानंद
जय जय श्री चैतन्य जय नित्यानंदा
जय श्री चैतन्य जय नित्यानंद
जय अद्वैता चंद्र जय गौर भक्त वृंदा।
जय अद्वैत चंद्र जय गौर भक्त वृंदा।
Now I don't know where we are. Seems like ages have passed. There is one start here, 64. This should be good. Huh? Dwadashaditya is done. This was the last thing we did.
Yes.
द्वादशादित्य हाइते केशी तीर्थे आइला राशा स्थली देखी प्रेमा मूर्छिता हाइला. After seeing the holy place called Prashkandana, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu went to Dwadashaditya. From there he went to Keshi Tirtha. And when he saw the place where the Rasa dance had taken place, he immediately lost consciousness due to his ecstatic love. Very nice. Went to Dwadashaditya Tila. And then he went to Keshi Tirtha, where Krishna killed the Keshi demon. And then next to Keshi Tirtha, there is a Ras Mandal. And when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, in his ecstatic love for Krishna, when he saw the Ras Mandal, he became unconscious out of ecstatic love. Yes. You want to read?
When the Lord regained his senses, he began to roll on the ground. He would sometimes laugh, cry, dance, and fall down. He would also chant very loudly.
So what would Mahaprabhu do?
Laugh.
Yeah, when he regained his consciousness, because his mind was so filled with the internal potency. His mind was so filled with like, we were discussing that how, this is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, but he came in a mood of a devotee to show us by his example of what happens when one becomes Krishna conscious. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was so filled with the thoughts of Krishna and Vrindavan that when he got up from his unconscious state, he was rolling on the ground. And he was acting like a madman just because so filled with that divine love. We were discussing the other day when we receive the mercy of Krishna, then the whole Vrindavan that descends in our mind. Have you heard that before? Yeah, that was my next question. If you answer that. Yeah, the whole Vrindavan that decides and takes over our mind. And then whatever is happening there, right now, the thing is, we have no attraction for Krishna. Anybody here who has some attraction for Krishna? At least I don't have any attraction for Krishna. What about you? It's very difficult to develop attraction for Krishna. When attraction for Krishna comes, then when you chant the holy name, Krishna will appear in your mind. Either different limbs of Krishna, different pastimes of Krishna, or different things about Krishna will come. Our goal is Vrindavan. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says in the 5th verse of Chaitanya Shishtakashtakam. What is the 5th verse? I Nanda Tanuja Kinkaram Patitama Vishame Bhavam Budho Kripaya Tava Pada Pankaja Laduli Sadrisham Vichintaya. Anyone know the translation of this verse by heart? Nobody knows. Or Anuj means? Anuj?
Elder.
Younger brother. I Nanda Tanuja. Nanda Tanuja means younger son. Oh younger son of Maharaj Nanda. I Nanda Tanuja Kinkara. Kinkara means Kinkara? No king. Yeah. I am your eternal servitor. I Nanda Tanuja Kinkaram Patitam Mam Vishame Bhavam Buddha. Patitam means fallen. Who has fallen? Mam. I. Patitam Mam. Where we have fallen? Vishame Bhavam Buddha. Ambud means ocean. And which ocean we have fallen? Bhava. Bhava Sagar. Bhava Ambud. Bhavam Buddha. O younger son of Maharaj Nanda Krishna, I am your eternal servitor. Yet somehow or other I have fallen into the ocean of birth and death. Patita Mam Vishame Bhavam Buddha. Kripaya Tava Pada Pankaja. Pankaj means? Huh? Pankaj is lotus and Pad is feet. Kripaya Tava Pada Pankaja. Kripaya means show your mercy. Tava Pada Pankaja, please bring me to your lotus feet. And what position do I want at your lotus feet? Sthita Dhuli Sadrisham Vichintaya. What position I want at your lotus feet? Make me an atom of dust at your lotus feet. So what does this mean, to make me the atom of dust at your lotus feet? It means to, if the Saru becomes a dust particle, stick with glue to lotus feet of Krishna. What does it mean? Sthita Dhuli Satyasham Vichintaya. Yeah. So, there are 5 kinds of liberations. There is one liberation where we want the same opulence as the Lord, same planet as the Lord. Then same form as the Lord. What else? Opulence, planet, form, and same planet, same form. No, Saivji to chhod do wo to. So form, anyways, same form, same planet, same opulence. Why am I missing? Associate. Anyways. So a devotee, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is telling, I don't want, because there can be some material desire. I want the same opulence as Krishna. I want the same form, beautiful form as Krishna. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is telling that I have fallen into this ocean of death. What is this material world? It's an ocean of death. Why? Because everyone is dying. Ocean of death. When you sleep tonight, you try to think in this way. My Lord, I am sleeping in the ocean of death. Isn't it true? I am sleeping in the ocean of death. Please pick me up from this ocean of death and bring me to you. Engage me in your service there. This is what is the previous what Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, Na dhanam, na janam, na sundare, kavitam va jagat isha kamaya. I do not want wealth. I do not want fame and followers. Don't want women. Do not want to become a kavi. That time kavi was very famous. Kavitam va jagadisha kamaya. Mama janmani janmanishware bhavatat bhakti ravai prakitvai. What happens when we are attached to things in this world? Then we come back again. If you're attached to things in this world, then we come back again. So what is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is telling? This is ocean of death. I have fallen in the ocean of death. Please pick me and place me at your lotus feet. This is Krishna consciousness movement. Prabhupada says, what is it? Going back to Godhead. You don't want to remain in this ocean of death. What will you get in ocean? What do you get in ocean? If you go to ocean, what do you get there? You get water. Salt water you get. Likewise, in this material world, what do you get? You get only one price. What is that? You get death. This is called ocean of death. How long can we live? Everything is like Chadabhangu. That verse is there, right? Kamala jala tala jivan tala mala. Kamala jala tala jivan tala mala. Yeah, what is anyways. So it says that just like the amount of time it takes for a drop of water to fall into the lotus, that much life we have. And how long does it take for the drop of water to fall? Because velvet, right? So if you keep a drop of water, right? Likewise, if we have taken birth, very quickly we are running towards the death. So, and then after that, what happens? Then based on our attachments, there is another birth. Then there is this. Then based on attachment, another birth. This will continue till we develop attachment to Krishna. Because we are not going to back to Godhead till we develop attachment to Krishna. But attachment to Krishna and attachment to material world does not go side by side. You have to give up the attachments here. Right? Because otherwise, we'll come back to fulfill those attachments. We become very, very engaged in this material world. What I have to do tomorrow? What are things not working well? What are things going well? And we become so absorbed in this material world. But sometimes we should take a pause and think, hey, I have nothing to do with this cycle of, with this ocean of death. My Lord, when will you pick me up and place me at your feet?
Question on the cycle of birth and death, right? So is it including in the other universe also? That, I mean, maybe now we have in the earth, maybe the next birth or cycle, I mean,
Yeah,
anywhere in the universe, even including the Devaloka.
Yeah, because it says, Krishna says, Brahma Bhuvana Lokana, where he says from Brahma Lok to Patal Lok. What is the nature of the planet? He says the nature of the whole universe is misery. And then next verse Krishna says, why? Because in all the planets there is repetitive birth and death. There may not be old age, there may not be disease in higher planets. Death is there.
When we say that, that means is it the like whatever the security we have, like if you go to the higher planets, that is getting over and then you just fall again back, or that's what is the question?
Cycle continues. What do we see in this pastime of when Brahmaji stole all the cowherd boys? Then later on, Brahmaji returned when he offered humble prayers. Then cowherd boys, they told, what did they say, Krishna? Krishna was eating with them yogurt rice. Krishna went to search. Then Krishna came back, they were missing. Then Brahma, 1 year, everything was Krishna only there. Then Brahmaji came, he understood his mistake, he offered prayers. And then he returned to them with all respect. He said, I am so unfortunate that I could not take birth in the land of Vrindavan. It is said that if you sincerely try to serve devotees, you will get a lot of mercy. Now, what we should think when we host program in our homes? So much dust has come from devotees. Now, after we vacate this area, Manogopal will lie there. By that, his heart will become purified. We should have faith in the dust on the lotus feet of devotees. A devotee never considers, do you consider your dust as powerful? If you consider there is something wrong in your consciousness, right? But we should consider others' dust as powerful. What does Prahlad Maharaj says as the solution for the material disease of Hiranyakashipu? He said, my dear father, what you should do? He said, you are too fallen.
Yeah.
Surrender to Lord. How can he surrender to Lord, Prabhu? Someone who is too attached to material existence, how can he surrender to Lord? So he gives a practical solution to Hiranyakashipu. What does he say? He says you should roll, you should smear the body with the dust of Vaishnavas. When you go to temple, you know how much mercy you get. Why? Because you pay Sashtang. What happens when you pay Sashtang? You get dust from so many devotees' feet on your head. But we should be conscious also that I am smearing my body with the dust of Vaishnava's feet. And we should not should value devotees. Should not criticize devotees. Don't find fault in devotees. If you find fault in devotees, then life will become very difficult. Bhaktivinoda Thakur says the bhakti creeper is withered. Anyways, no sunlight, no nourishment, no water, only weeds are getting watered anyways. And on the top, when we criticize devotees, we are very much trained to not criticize devotees verbally, correct? But then we criticize devotees in the mind. At small things. Huh? then it's become more difficult. We'll think like, Prabhu, why are you keeping your phone like that? It should be upside down. At no reason we can criticize devotees in the mind. There was a devotee. He had a son, he has a son, he has a daughter. He was a father. Want to hear the story?
Yes, ma'am.
Today only I was reading actually before coming here. He was a father. So he had great faith in serving devotees. So whenever devotees come, he would try to serve them and he would try to please them. So then one devotee came and he wanted to please him very much. So he served him very nicely and then he would beg, please stay for some more time. And then that devotee who were visiting, his mind became corrupted. So he was going with his son outside, and it's a real story. And his son was wearing a lot of gold ornaments. So he killed the child. And then he put the child underground. And then he became very much distressed that what kind of devotee I am. He was a devotee, but then he was very much attached to, he thought, I'll get some wealth from this father's son. So he killed the child. Then he came back and the child is not coming. So father is waiting, mother is waiting, whole night passed, the child is not there. So then the father and mother, they went to the village and they told to the village that if anybody help me find the child, then whatever the ornament the child was wearing, that much equivalent ornament, because that ornament is missing. You would wear a lot of gold, that much ornament we will give as a gift. So one sannyasi came. The sannyasi told the father that actually this devotee in your home, he murdered the child. And he has, dafnana, buried the child in the ground. And I can take you to where the child's dead body is. So then his father went And then he saw the dead body of the child. So father became morose. Then the father told the villagers, this sannyasi has killed the child, kill him. So sannyasi said, what are you saying? I am telling you who killed the child. Then this devotee said, because he is finding fault in a Vaishnava, he should be buried. And then he was not willing to believe that a devotee can have any fault. And then he came back. The saint did not go with the sannyasi. The devotee who was visiting, he was at home only. Only this devotee, the father with his wife, they went with the sannyasi, and then they told, and the sannyasi said, no, I'm telling you the truth. Then he said, either we'll kill you or you leave the village. So sannyasi said, I will leave the village then. So he was not a devotee sannyasi. There are so many kinds of sannyasis. So he left the village. Then he came back, and he has no fault in his heart for that devotee. The devotee was very morose and depressed. So the wife asked the husband that he is very depressed. I think we should get our daughter married to him, because he seems very morose, very depressed. We don't know, maybe because he should get married, which is marriageable age. So father said, yeah, that's a very good idea. So father asked the devotee that, why don't you marry our daughter? And he became very further very sad. And then his senses came back, and he said, actually, I was the one who killed your son. Because I became overtaken by the illusory energy and I want a lot of gold. But I'm very much moved by your concern for me. Then the father told the wife, see, we should definitely get our daughter married to. Then he said, see, although he is faultless, he is still taking the blame onto him, although he is faultless. Just see. So then he got married. He doesn't know what to do. He got married. Then they were staying together. Then after some time, a sannyasi came.
Same sannyasi.
No, different sannyasi. And he said, he was actually Lord Krishna who came in the form of a sannyasi. And then he said, I have been, no, actually, sannyasi didn't come, his spiritual master came. And his spiritual master got a vision that you go, and by my mercy, the sun will be revived. So the Guru came, and Guru said, so they all greeted Guru, they washed his lotus feet, everything. Then Guru asked, where is your son? Then he said, the son is, his tenure in this birth was over. By inconceivable reasons, he has departed. So Guru says, take me to where the body is. So he took him. Then the Guru prayed, and he said, where the funeral rites were performed. Took him, and he revived the sun from the ashes. Guru. And then Guru said, actually, Lord himself was testing you by corrupting the mind of that devotee. Lord wanted to see you, how much tendency you have to find fault in devotees. And because you succeeded in that test, because in no purpose you actually found fault in that devotee, the Lord has revived your soul. So I was thinking, here, even if somebody is faultless, we are very eager to corrupt our mind. One thought comes about a Vaishnava, we should become very careful about anybody, because otherwise, it is said, it's Mahaprabhu compared finding fault with devotees to willingly drinking poison. So Mahaprabhu says, if you drink poison, what will happen? And it's a spiritual death. Even if devotee has fault, a real devotee does not see it. And when you become when you succeed in that in that mentality, if you can have that much control over your mind, then you will be able to focus on your Krishna consciousness and you will be able to go deeper. Otherwise, what happens? We try to go a little bit deeper and then immediately we drink poison. And worst case, we don't even realize we're drinking poison. Don't even realize I found fault. Because we associate ourselves with the mind, we cannot distinguish ourselves with the mind. And it's small, small things. If the mind, we are not able to see our mind, then how is bhakti? Very difficult, probably. No, bhakti is not difficult. The thing is, our mind is very corrupt. We are very contaminated. Our consciousness, chitta is very contaminated. Because what is the effect of age of Kali? What does Kali does? What is a prominent thing Kali does? Call and hypocritical. Duplicity and call. Both are very dangerous for bhakti. We are very complex beings. You know that? We are not simple. Who are simple? Gopis are simple. But we are very complex. We are very cunning, actually.
Lot of programs will be running.
Huh?
Lot of programs will be running on the mind.
Like,
Complex.
simplicity is not there in our mind and heart. Once simplicity comes, na, great. But Raghunath Das Goswami says after anarthas goes, then duplicity will come next after some time. You want to hear a story about simplicity? Hear a story. To understand what is simplicity. How many of you think you are simple? Anyone simple here? No simple souls. He is telling I am. Very complex beings. So there was a king. Ready? Story? Not ready? There was a king. Father and mother both were great devotees. He was the king of Jaipur. Father and mother. Father died early because of some disease. So mother took Sati. So they both died. And they had a son who was 2 years old. The neighboring state, who was very, because all the states they tried to conquer that time. So neighboring state, they were very envious of this kingdom. So they attacked and they took over this kingdom. If the king died, then the kingdom has no king, right? That's the right time. They capture the kingdom. And they started ill-treating the son. So then the nurse, in a hidden way, she took the son and came to Hastinapur. She didn't want to stay in one of those kingdoms because atyachar. Son was going through a lot of खाना नहीं देंगे, बहुत अत्याचार करेंगे क्योंकि envy के कारण. So son came to Hastinapur. So son was staying. She took shelter of the king in Hastinapur. That he is the and then we are being maltreated, and it is a duty of a king to protect women, children, old people. So there is one woman and one child. So please give us protection. So the king said, all right, you will be under the care of this minister. So minister gave him a home to the nurse and the son. And they were living there. So what happens eventually? Minister doesn't know who this person is. Minister thought, some Lavaris boy and their nurse. So he didn't care much about them. So after a few years, the nurse died. So son became all alone. Son was already 5-6 years old. So that time a saint came to the son and saint said, you keep the Shaligram and you should worship Shaligram. So what he would do is, how he would worship Shaligram is, he would put the Shaligram in the mouth. When it's time to worship, he'll worship Shaligram, put in the mouth. When he would sleep also, he'll always put the Shaligram. That's just, he's a child. So that's his mode and worship. Shaligram is Narayan actually, but Narayan accepted this
Yeah.
mode of worship from the sun. So son is like now 6, 7 years old, 7, 8 years old. So the minister, her daughter was also of the similar age. They were both were growing up. So the minister, he asked some astrologers that what will be the fate. The parents go to astrologers for child's horoscope or something. So he went for daughter's horoscope, that what will be the horoscope of my daughter. So the astrologers told that your daughter will get married to this boy who was a lavaris. So, and this man was very disgusted with him. He just envied him for no reason. He put shaligram in his mouth and uncultured, useless person. So then he thought, oh, my daughter will get married to this man. So he told, he hired two gundas. Gundas means
Contractors.
okay, two gundas. And he told them, I'll pay you this much money, take him out of the state. And when you take him out, kill him. So they said, all right. He's a minister. He was very powerful. So they told the child, chalo, hamare saath. The child said, all right. The child went there. Then they took him out of the state and they told the child, hey, we are going to kill you. Are you ready? So the child said, give me 2 minutes. The child took the shaligram out and then he worshipped the shaligram. He said, my lord, it's time for me to leave the body. Please allow me to remember you. Then he put him again in his mouth. He closed his eyes and he started remembering shaligram in his mind. And then he said, kill me. So these two gundas, their heart, he was very simple child actually. बहुत मासूम चेहरा था और उसके actually बहुत मासूम थे. So they looked at each other. They said, this is not right. Our antaratma is not allowing. So they said, but if we go back to minister, the minister will kill us. What do we do with him? So then they noticed that the child has, pinky toe. He has 2 pinky toes. So,
6 fingers.
6 finger. So he cut 1 pinky toe and then he took it as a proof that we killed the child. And he said, now don't go back there. You are dead. All right. They cut him. He was crying. They took the toe and left. They told the minister that the child is dead. So child was sitting there. He is out of the state. He cannot walk also. He's sitting there. He is meditating on Shaligram. And then there was a king who was of the neighboring nation, neighbor to Hastinapur, smaller king, neighbor to Hastinapur. So the neighboring king, he was walking by and he was praying to Lord Vishnu to give him a son. So walking by, he came across this child. And he asked the child, who are your parents? They said, my parents died. Then he said, what are you doing here? He said, they came to kill me and then I was ready. They took the toe and they left. So what's your next destiny? He said, I don't know. I'm just remembering the Lord. So king thought, there is no child like him. The king said, come, we'll adopt you as our son. So he went to the neighboring kingdom. And once he grew after a few years, that king made this child the king. Now he is the king of that child. So are you all with the story or?
Yes, there for this.
Alright? So he became the king. So this Hastinapur is very big. So he used to take taxes from all the neighboring kings. Many years passed. So he told the minister that this nation has not given us the taxes. Go and collect the taxes. So same minister happened to go there. The minister told the king, taxes. He doesn't know. So his father said, his father was helping, but he was acting king in a way. So after seeing him, first he could not recognize. Later, after some time, he recognized he is the one who tried to kill. So he became very envious. He was envious for no reason. So he told, he was a king, but he told him, can you do me a favor? He said, yes. He said, take this letter. I'm keeping it in your pocket. Walk, go to Hastinapur and give it to my son. So he said, all right. He didn't even read the letter. He just went. On the way, he became very tired and then he slept. So that time, few girls came. And this girl has a leader girl who actually happened to be the daughter of the minister. So she was also very beautiful. So when she saw this boy, she was very attracted. She thought, if I have a husband, I want to have a husband like him. She fell in love with him immediately. Then, but he was just taking rest. So she saw a paper coming out, and then she opened the paper, and the paper says, "Give him wish immediately, my dear son, and don't doubt my." As soon as you receive this letter and you receive him, give him wish immediately, and don't doubt my decision. It's a very thoughtful decision I have made after long consideration. So he doesn't even know what's in the letter. So the name of this daughter was Visha. So she took a kajal from her with a stick from a tree and put Visha. She thought, my father has, by mistake, he has sent a husband for me from a neighboring country. So she put Visha, put it back in his pocket. He got up. He went to the son. He gave the son. The son said, this is my father, said immediately. He got both of them married. So Visha is married to this, and he's still keeping Shaligram in his mouth. They are married now. Father came back. He asked the son what happened. Then he said they are married. You understand what is the state of the father. But father now does not want to give a bad impression to his son of what he did. He said, all right, very good. And then he was thinking, I want to kill him. Then if I kill him, then my daughter will become widow. But if I don't kill him, I cannot have a son-in-law like him. I will commit suicide. So he told, he hired two more gundas. He told them, go to Durga Mandir. That Durga Mandir, nobody goes. It's a barren. He told, go to Durga Mandir. And whoever come first, kill him. Gunda said, all right. Then Durga Mandir, they're waiting. So he told this son-in-law, my dear son-in-law, in our tradition, whoever gets married have to go to Durga Mandir. He said, all right. So he started going to Durga Mandir. So in the meantime, what happened? The king, who was Hastinapur king, minister's king, they had a relationship because previously also and now he was the king of the neighboring. So the king said, there is some urgent work for him. He told minister's son, there's some urgent work, call him immediately. So minister's son started going. So he met him on the way. He said, the king is calling you. He said, my father told me to go to Durga Mandir. Son said, I will go to Durga Mandir on behalf of worship. You go and meet the king. So son went. They killed the son of minister. So then the minister went there, hoping that he will see the dead body of his son-in-law, and he saw his son is killed. He committed suicide. Then after that, this child, he thought, my father asked me to go to Durga Mandir. He went to Durga Mandir and he saw father and son, both are dead. He started crying. And then Durga Devi appeared to him. Durga Devi told him, you are very simple. You don't understand. You are thinking everybody is a nice person in this world. This world is not like that. They have got the just punishment for their karma. Then he said there was no fault of my father and son. He started arguing with Durga. But he's a worshipper of Narayan. So Durga Devi said, all right. Then he said, bring them back to life. They both came back to life. Then the father had a transformation of heart. Father understood that I'm playing with him. I can manipulate him in whichever way I want because he is very simple. But the son-in-law never had any like feeling that with whom he is dealing with. Although he's getting repeatedly trouble, he never felt that he just went in the way of life. And who protected him? The Lord protected him because he was a devotee.
The simplicity, simple or the innocence is the same, probably. But both are different.
A simple person is innocent. I mean, discrimination is good. I'll give one more example. The gopis. What Krishna did is, Krishna stole their clothes. Then Krishna says, if you want your clothes, come and take the clothes. Then Gopi said, Krishna, you are so dear to us. We love you so much. We are your
Playing from Monty Paul.
we are your servants, Krishna. So Krishna said, if you are my servants, then you should do what I ask you to do. Come and take your clothes. So then they said, Krishna, if you don't give our clothes, then we'll complain to Maharaj Nanda. So Krishna says, you take your clothes, and if you are my servants, then do what I say. And if you don't do what I say, then I will not give you clothes. What can the king do? That's because I was playing with them. So they came. Krishna said, now you have offended the demigods. So you have to worship him now. After everything happened, then Krishna says, now you can take your clothes. Then Krishna gave them back the clothes, and they were standing and they were not going anywhere. Then Bhagavatam says, in the second last verse of the chapter, Bhagavatam says, they were so simple that they had no enmity for Krishna. Bhagavatam says, they were used like dolls. You know how you do with the dolls? You do whatever you do with them. So Krishna played with them like their dolls, and they had no feeling that they were just grateful for the opportunity to associate with their beloved. And there the purport says, because they were very simple. It is said that one of the quality we need to attract Krishna's must be simplicity. A simple-hearted person will not find fault in anyone, Prabhuji. When we are very complex, then our mind thinks a lot actually. When I think of simplicity, I feel like I tell you one simple person in our community. There are many, but I can tell you one person who is very simple. Can you guess?
Sikabul.
Huh? Actually, Prabhu is very simple. Who else?
No, Sikabul.
Rasikaburi Prabhu is also very simple. Who else?
Immediately comes to mind. When you say simple, these are the two souls immediately come to mind.
One person I have seen, very simple, Shyam Kishore Prabhu.
Oh. It's very, very simple.
Great. You tell him, Prabhu, sit down. You tell him whatever, he'll believe you. Prabhu, this like this. Okay. I feel like millions of lifetimes it will take to get a simplicity like that. I respect him like anything. Because the thing is, you know the person when you live with somebody. I lived 8 years with him. Same room. I can do whatever with him and he has no problem. It's very easy for anybody to make friendship with him. It is not everybody's glory, it is his glory. Anybody can make friendship with him. So actually, simple will go very far. Achival Prabhu I have seen. Never see fault. You tell him, Prabhu, you do this? Yes, Prabhu. So I ask him, किस मट्टी के बने हो आप? Okay, Prabhuji. डिपेंडिंग ऑन योर मर्सी। हमने कहा ब्रो चीटिंग मत करो, देखो अभी आप मुंह बंद रखो अपना, कृपा दो हम लोग को। बोले प्रभु हम लोग तो गिरे हुए लोग हैं। एंड ही डज नॉट जस्ट से बाय वर्ड्स, ही एक्चुअली मीन्स इट। Great Vaishnav. So it's a it's the star of our congregation actually. These are like some stars of our congregation, shining stars. Some of you may be very simple also. I think so. What do you know, when Maharaj came, Radhanath Maharaj, he did a disciples meet. Anybody attended that? This happened during temple opening. Anybody was there? You were there. You were there. Only two of you were there. No? None of you were there.
I don't remember.
This happened the day after Radha Govinda Vallabh installation.
I remember it, but they were not, we were not able.
It happened in the house of huh? Raj Govind Prabhu's home. Maharaj gave 1 hour lecture. Maharaj spoke about become simple. I was thinking, what is Maharaj going to speak to the devotees? They are all, most of them are initiated devotees. Because that's why not many non-initiated devotees, they said only initiated devotees are invited. I think Manogol Prabhu made this way somehow. But generally,
Devotees and come.
okay, very good. So then, Maharaj, 1 hour, he just spoke about try to make your heart simple. Then progress will be very easy. You know what are pure devotees compared to? Childlike. Actually, you can manipulate the child. You saw that? You can manipulate them. Then like, okay. No, this gone. Oh, God. Very simple actually. And I have seen all the pure devotees, they are like that. It just this quality comes. It's quite difficult to understand. They have discrimination and they're very simple also. In a way, no matter what you do, they will not find fault in you. Does Krishna find fault in us? Krishna find fault in us? Did Krishna saw Putana? Krishna didn't find. What did Krishna saw? She has come in the mood of a mother. And Krishna killed her also. So did he find fault or no? Then how can he kill her?
Second, the liberation.
But he killed her. He know first reason is I have to kill is a girl. And then he saw she has come to feed me her milk. All her two brothers also he killed. Who were two sons of Putana? Agha and Baka. He killed both of them. So did he find fault in Putana or not? How do we understand? If you don't see, then will you kill somebody? If you don't see fault in somebody, will you kill them? Pure devotees are like that, inconceivable. He only thought Putana has come as a mother and he killed her. So pure devotees have simplicity and discrimination. Then Maharaj says it takes one to know one. Understand? It takes one to know one.
It takes one to know one.
Means when we have that simplicity, with discrimination, we'll understand. Just innocence is not good also. But simplicity, now, in this story that we discussed, he was simple. So what did Krishna do? Did Krishna let him be taken advantage of? Was anybody able to take advantage of that child, of his simplicity? Krishna intervened, right? Krishna intervenes actually. You can try. You try to manipulate these great devotees in the congregation. See what Govindana Vallabh does to you. Right? They will not give up their nature of simple and no fault finding. You manipulate them. Manipulation is actually cunningness. Means you want them to do your job. You have ulterior motive. You are saying something, your mind is something, you want them to act in a way that you want. This is called political. Understand? If you're political, you can manipulate simple people, but you cannot harm them. Krishna will harm you. Clear? You can manipulate them. They will be manipulated, but they have Krishna's protection also. Explain the Krishna and Putana game. Krishna and Putana game? Yeah. Actually, you said discrimination with something like that. Yeah, Prabhu, see, Krishna did not see fault in Putana. But Krishna killed her also. There is no fault and he killed her also. Means to kill somebody, you need to know this is a bad person. But Krishna is very simple. So he just saw that, oh, she came to feed me her milk. So Krishna does not see the fault in you. Even if you have wrong motive, by wrong motive you serve Krishna, Krishna will see that you served him and Krishna will grant you the benefit of serving him. Even if you serve with a wrong motive. With material desire, you worship Krishna, Krishna will be grateful to you even if you approach him with material desire. So Krishna will accept your devotion even if it is contaminated by wrong intentions. But still Krishna is discrimination. Krishna is full of discrimination, right? Another way Krishna shows the discrimination is Ashwadama Leela. Krishna told Arjuna, kill him. Draupadi said, no, how can we kill? And Prabhupada said, this is not good. He's an aggressor, he should be killed, otherwise he have to suffer. Because of Draupadi's false compassion, Ashwadama is still suffering. If Arjuna would have killed Ashwadama then, Ashwadama would not have been suffering today. He became Chiranjeev from a suffering condition. Why justice was not done to him? So, okay, suffer for eternity, kill the whole universe. It's a great punishment. That's why Krishna told Arjuna, you kill him, it's good for him. Draupadi said, no. So Krishna is showing his discrimination. But she did not show discrimination. Prabhupada said discrimination is higher than innocence. So it sounds very confusing. But Maharaj says it takes one to know why.
How duplicity is the simplicity?
Prabhupada says opposite of simplicity is duplicity. Duplicity means there is an ulterior motive. I'm doing something. Yeah. Andar kuch aur, bahar kuch aur. Duplicity means fault finding is duplicitous behavior actually. When we see fault in devotees. How do we show duplicity? Our mind is now said, oh gee, so grateful to you. And but kya kare, we are helpless. There's duplicity, right? But we have to act that behavior. But we want to transform our heart to simplicity. How do we become simple? One thing that I'm trying in my life, you all can try if you want to. Don't see fault in anyone. Don't see fault in anyone. The moment any thought come about a Vaishnava, curse yourself.
Only Vaishnava property, husband, wife.
Husband, wife, oh, sorry.
No, they are Vaishnavas. No, what I mean is outside.
You fault me deep now. Very difficult, right?
He's always doing a lot of politics.
कीचड़ है प्रभु. This material word Kaliyuga is कीचड़.
What is the only thing is the question.
Correct? That's what I feel. कीचड़ है. It's simply an ocean of death. क्या करना है ना? यहाँ से भागना है. If we make goals here and we attach and this and this and this and this, Prabhu, any point of time,
We'll be here, right? His body is only preparation for the next level.
whenever you sleep, think about it. I am sleeping in the ocean of death. My Lord, please pick me up. Place me next to you. Place me at your lotus feet. Give me shelter of your lotus feet. If your goal is there, then you will develop detachment from this world. What does Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita? What is the instruction he gives in 15th chapter, 3rd and 4th verse? Yes. He raised her hand. Yes, Mataji.
Cut down the head attachment.
And then what do you do?
It will be a strong determination you should practice.
He says, find the Supreme Lord.
Root of things.
Go there, find the Supreme Lord. From the place having gone but never returns, and take shelter of them. And simultaneously cut the tree of this material world with the weapon of detachment. And simultaneously take shelter of the Supreme Lord and that place having gone but never returns. Krishna is very clearly telling Arjuna what to do. No confusion, right? यहाँ से detach हो, वहाँ shelter लो. When you take shelter of Krishna, this detachment will come.
In what way will you
See, Mother, think about this. If you can see this material world, if Krishna gives you the eyes to see this material world, and you can see 10,000 years together, what do you see? You see birth and death, birth and death, birth and death, birth and death. In 8.4 million species, a soul is going this, trying to enjoy. What does enjoyment give you in this material world? Misery, right? All the enjoyment gives you misery. Comes, he has a Maya's understanding. If I enjoy, I'll be happy. And he gets the slaps from Maya, and then he dies. Again, gets the slaps of Maya, then again he dies. Get the slap of Maya, again he died. And he keeps developing attachment to this place. He keeps trying to enjoy by the more illusory energy. Then Krishna says, here I am performing my eternal pastimes. Then what does Krishna tell them? If you come to me, you don't have to come here. Krishna says, right? If you come to me, Mom, that's where he says the living end is struggling very hard. We think we are not struggling. We think, I'm very good. Set. Oh, illusion se bahar aao. Nobody is set in this material world. Fourth, Janma karma chame divyam. And what does Krishna say last line? Jaram, punarjanma naiti, mameti soarjuna. No birth again, you will come to me. Krishna says everything is place of misery because repeated cycle birth and death. You know, what is Krishna doing? Krishna is inspiring all of us. Why? How is Krishna inspiring all of us? By showing you a problem. Krishna says, hey, there is a problem here. That's why you come to me. The problem that Krishna is showing to us is not registered as a problem in our mind. That is the problem. That is our problem. You understood? Krishna is showing us a problem. Hey, cycle of birth and death, you come to me, you have never to come again. In my, there is no sun and moon. You know, there is always happiness. There is no birth and death. See, here's the advertisement. Here's the problem. How many times Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, birth and death, birth and death, birth and death? More than 15 times he says birth and death, birth and death, birth and death, birth and death, birth and death. In this way, you can escape cycle of birth and death. In this way, in this way, in this way. If you know me, you will escape. This is inverted, that is a real tree. Here, the cycle of birth and death, people are caught by the modes of material nature. If you render devotional service, then you will become free from all the sins and you will come back to me. You always remember, then what will happen? If you always remember me, what will happen? If you always remember, what will happen? What does Krishna says? Man mana bhanu bhakto madhyachi man namaskaru. Means you will come to me. If you always remember, so Krishna is telling come, and Krishna is telling don't stay here. You see, he is always telling us what to do, and he's telling us what not to do. Both things does not register in our mind that we have to go and we don't want to stay here. You understood? The whole Bhagavad Gita is given with a problem here, and solution problem is you come to me. Krishna also says, Janma Mritu Jaya Dukkha Doshanu Darshana. See the dosh in this. Try to understand, try to surrender, take shelter of me, become free from three more. That's how you will come to me. And this is place of misery, birth and death. This is all Bhagavad Gita is there actually. 18th chapter also in the end he says this only. Anybody who become dearest to me and come to me, who speak the message of Bhagavad Gita. Again and again he is telling, you come to me and this is a place of birth and death. But then we become very attached to this word and we want to become well established in this word. I think this is ocean of death. Our best welfare activities if we go back to home. Try to understand the problem, try to understand the solution, try to make a move in that direction. Thus Krishna says, if you do this, you will be happy in this world. You will see how to deal with this world. You will become purified in this world. Krishna does not even encourages us with the motive of purification. You will become free from lust, anger, envy, greed, pride. He never says become free from this. He is telling, he is giving you only one lollipop. Every other is our mental concoction. It's our problem, how we interpret. Hey, I want to read Bhagavad Gita so that I can live a happy life. So I can deal with people. So I can become free from so fill in the blanks. How many people read Bhagavad Gita so I can go back to him? Prabhupada said, go back home, back to Godhead. ये हमें register करना है कि with what motive Krishna is inspiring us. That is not an inspiration for us. The problem Krishna is showing is not a problem for us. What he wants us to do, that's not an inspiration for us. So there's a big disconnect between us and Krishna. And then we see Bhagavad Gita from our perspective. That is all interpretation. Prabhupada says, try to understand Bhagavad Gita as it is. Correct, right? Shila Prabhupada ki jai. Sat Bhaktavinda ki jai. Gaur Premanandi Hari. I could say everyone was very tired. अरे प्रभु बस करो बहुत हो गया कर रहे हैं ना दीक्षा भी ले लिया 16 वाला कर क्यों परेशान कर रहा
Yeah, practicing devotional service will one or other day we will pursue with simplicity. Like that, we have to develop. Devotional service will give us.
will give us progress in bhakti is gradual. जो आज आप कर पा रहे हो मतलब जितना डीप जा पा रहे हो आज से 5 साल बाद आप और एक्सेस कर पाओगे उसके 5 साल बाद और एक्सेस कर पाओगे भक्ति माता जी कोई शॉर्टकट नहीं है मैं यहां से जंप करूंगा और मैं यहां पहुंच जाऊंगा you will stay there just like you make a jump after you make a jump what happens gravity will bring you down even if you go there might bring us down जो हमारा we have influence of the 3 modes cannot go beyond that gradually वो relieve होने चाहिए Prabhupada says Maya will loosen its grip on us. To the extent Maya loses its grip on us, we'll come under internal energy. तो अगर वो आपको पकड़ के रखी है, चूहा और बिल्ली होता है ना, चूहा भागेगा भी वापस बिल्ली के मुंह में पहुंच जाएगा। आप भागने की कोशिश करोगे, वापस बिल्ली है त्रिकोणा, वो फिर जकड़ लेगी आपको। क्या है ना, ग्रेजुअली है सब यहाँ पे। एक चीज से आप स्पीड अप कर सकते हो अपना भक्ति मार्ग। एक ही रास्ता है, वो रास्ता क्या है? वो रास्ता है, हिंदी से बोलते यू नेल्ड इट डाउन, सर्विंग वैष्णव। महाप्रभु बोले दो चीज करो इस जीवन में, बैक टू गॉड इट आउट है। वो क्या दो चीज है? यस माता जी। वो तो बोले वो डिजायर है, वो बोले दो चीज करो, डू टू थिंग्स, यू विल कम बैक टू मी। वाह, ग्रेट माता जी। कृष्णा सेज वैष्णव सेवा, हाँ, नाम रुचि वैष्णव सेवा, ही सेज नहीं। हाँ, वो तीन डिजायर है, जीव दया करो, पर वो बोले कि उन तीन में से वो दो में कन्वर्ट की। वो बोले वैष्णव को सर्व डिवोटीज एंड चैंट द होली नेम, अवश्य पाए श्री कृष्ण चरण, you will definitely get the lotus feet of Lord Krishna. Now, how do you do Vaishnav Seva? How do you do Vaishnav Seva? That's one way. You follow nectar of instruction. How else can we do Vaishnav Seva?